We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome to the RingView podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. That guy over there is the great Josh Tariff. How are you doing, sir?
I'm flabbergasted. I did not know we had an intro.
Oh yeah, I was going to keep that over you.
Yeah. Barry just decided to surprise me with a little graphics and music and intro video and all that good stuff. So I mean, I was feeling meh from a very meh Raw, but now I'm feeling great after I saw that.
Pretty good. Very short, very sweet, to the point. You know, had the nice view from ringside, RingView. You know,
I see what you did. It's like you think of stuff.
I do. You know, sometimes I'm smart. I also have perked up just because of that intro, because this show was god awful. Raw was bad, and Backlash was not bad. It just was very, very short, to say the least. So, where are we going to start? Because
we're going to start. We're going to start with Backlash.
Yeah.
Because just chronologically, that would make the most sense.
Right.
And honestly, I overall enjoyed Backlash.
Same.
I wish it was 30 to 45 minutes longer, being it was a PLE. But I thought everybody delivered on it. And you know, some interesting finishes, but I thought the match quality and how everyone did was really well. I guess we can start with, like, you know, the very beginning. So the first one was Seth and Braun.
Seth and Braun in the what do they call this? This is not like AEW is the 0 hour. What do they call this on ESPN? Is it the free TV?
Did they have a name for it?
Did they have a name for it?
I don't remember.
We're just gonna call it free TV, right? They gave it away on free TV. What do you think about the match? I think the match was solid. I think Braun, there was a lot of botches on his part, just because you know, there's rust there. He hasn't wrestled in a very long time. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of moves that just weren't executed right. It just looked very, very clunky. You know, normally these are guys that they flow well in the ring, but they haven't really been in the ring together. I think they've only had one match in NXT, I believe. Is that
yeah? As far as a singles match, that was their only one.
So, you know, there needs to be some connection or some chemistry that they don't really have yet. I think that the next match that they do have will be fine. But once they got their sea legs under them, it was fine. I was okay with the finish. I was okay with Braun Breaker going over, just because it advances the story. It's Braun Breaker's biggest win of his career. It does more for Braun Breaker than it does for Seth. My only question, Josh, is how do they get something out of this for Seth? Right? Like, I'm seeing something where it looks like a dead end street for me. That it just doesn't feel like a payoff is even worth it. Because you have the Vision, and they're getting stronger. You know, they're now almost whole. Seth Rollins has no team. He has no one. It's by himself. So how does this kind of map out in your head? But, you know, before we even get to that question, go ahead and go break down what you thought of the match as well.
Well, I mean, you kind of said exactly how I felt with the match. I thought it was a good match. Was there a couple little clunky things? I guess, like, there was one point where Braun did the Frankensteiner, where Seth was supposed to land on his feet, but his foot got caught on the rope when he flipped. So thankfully he avoided like a catastrophe
Yeah.
And, still made it work. But so, I mean, yeah, there are little things, but I prefer matches that are not picture perfect in moves because it shows, you're trying, you're slipping, you're, fighting back out of things, etc. So no, overall, I was fine with it, and I was cool with Braun getting the win. To answer your question in regards to where does this go, because Seth on the post show mentioned that he had two goals: to get back the heavyweight title that he never lost, and to destroy the Vision. But priority number one is to destroy the Vision. So to your question, well, how did they build things to do stuff like that? Well, you said they're almost healthy. That other guy doesn't have to be back aligned with the Vision.
That's a fact.
Bronson Reed could, because Seth, they have been rivals, they have been teammates, they've gone back and forth with each other. And what if Seth was the only one that has been checking on Bronson since he's been on the shelf? What if Seth convinces Bronson, hey, why were you being in Braun's shadow the whole time? And so then maybe with the help of Bronson Reed, that will help them, quote unquote, destroy the Vision per se. Now, the other factor of something that I don't know if I'm stretching the weeds too thin, that could play a role in this, is something that you did for a split second catch late in Raw, which was Austin Theory and Logan Paul leaving, and as they opened the car door, there was one Maxine Dupree sitting in the back seat. So they've been teasing in the background of Austin and Maxine chatted a little bit with stuff. And what is a common thing that could break up a tag team? A girl. So all of a sudden you have Maxine eventually, over time, obviously it ain't something that's happening next week, somehow be intertwined with them in some capacity, and that causes
just
a rift.
outright joining the Vision.
Right. Is that me? I thought my phone was on Do Not Disturb. I apologize. I'm just very popular. As Mike Guido says on the Mike and Josh show, on the one or two times that has happened, I joked with it as like, yeah, I was just George Clooney trying to call me to put me in another movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And he now calls him George Clingy because he just doesn't seem to leave me alone. Now he's calling me on a Monday night.
You gotta leave more red.
I guess, yeah. I was just like, George, that's enough, man. I'm busy talking about Maxine Dupree. And but yeah, so something happens with her, causes hostility between Logan and Austin Theory. I literally just went on Do Not Disturb. What just happened?
Are you getting called again?
Yeah.
So unprofessional, Josh. Just throw
don't blame me. Blame George Clingy. But why would it ring again if I have it on Do Not Disturb? I don't understand technology. You know this. I'm terrible with technology.
Horrible.
Please. I've completely botched my own segment for my phone ringing. So go ahead.
So all right. So here's a follow-up question. Does it make sense, because you kind of talked about it just now, does it make sense for Seth to create a new group to go against the Vision?
I don't know if it'd be a group
or just
but like an alliance, because this stuff that's going on with him and the Street Profits, I think eventually they're going to mend their like fences to kind of team together, but not be a stable per se or anything like that.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm just thinking of the time of year that we're in. This could already be the start of building for War Games.
Yeah. And
this could be like the War Games match where, like if Seth's team wins, the Vision dismantles or something like that.
Right. Some type of stip.
Yeah.
Which I would love, but we'll see. I don't know how interested I am in a Seth Rollins led team for War Games. not my thing. I like Seth Rollins. I think he's great, but he's great in spots for me. It's just
Sure.
too much Seth Rollins is
well, someone who I know you do love. That's the man with the lemon pepper steppers, Trick Williams.
Lemon pep steps.
And he successfully defended the U.S. title against Sami Zayn with the Gingerbread Man's cane, with Little Yachty, with Haluva kicks galore, with lots of stuff that I continue to ask, as I was these last several weeks, who is the heel in this feud? Because they keep flipping it on us.
Do you think that's by design?
Yes. I don't know why they choose to do it, but it's like the type of thing where, okay, Little Yachty is attacking Sammy, clearly cheating, and then Sammy gets the one-ups on that, but then Trick Williams gets to win. People cheer, but then boo, and then they cheer Sammy, but then we're like, no, wait, we like Trick more, so we got to boo. And it's sad because both of these guys are so good, but they put the story in a place that the fans don't understand who they're supposed to be behind.
Nor are they really invested.
Yeah, because they don't know who to go behind.
Yeah.
So why would I be invested in something that I don't know who I should be following?
And let's just be honest, it's been shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like this whole gingerbread thing. I don't understand it. I just don't get like this. To me, I truly believe it, and I'm not saying it's true, but there's some belief in my head that Vince is back.
I mean, the Gingerbread Man stuff is definitely a Vince McMahon type of thing.
Oh, but there's other Vince McMahon type things that we're going to talk about right after this. And it's like, what is the point of this? But again, we talked about this, I believe it was last week or the week prior. They are botching Trick Williams a little bit. I'm not saying the whole thing is botched, but they're putting him into the Rock's shoes, and that's not good shoes to put him in. You are setting him up for failure. He's not the Rock.
Well, there's also the situation of, and we have seen many wrestlers go through this. Most recently, prior to these things, LA Knight.
Who?
What? Right. Yeah, he's a guy that's on the roster.
Okay.
I know we haven't seen him since he said he wanted to step up to Gunther, and then apparently Gunther said yes, and then he, I guess, ran away. I don't know. But if someone is getting over more than what they were bargaining for at that time, they mess with it. Not even cut it. They mess with it to try to skew people away. And I have the same worry as you, that I feel like it's starting to work against Trick Williams. Because they knew he was going to come in as a superstar. But I don't really feel they plan on him being getting the biggest pops of the show.
So you think they're trying to curtail it so they can be able to put him back into the slot that they want him in?
Yes. And then meanwhile, though, if you curve into another person that they keep trying to do this to, but he finds ways to still get out of it, would be Danhausen. Because they set him up for failure in this match. In this tag match. They set Danhausen up for failure because the crowd booed at the reveal of Minihausen.
Yes.
They booed because both of us were so certain CM Punk.
Oh, yeah. It was either Punk or we heard about, I heard
Oba or Royce Keys.
Shane McMahon.
There were rumors about Jelly Roll, which probably wouldn't have made people happy, but it would have made sense with the story.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, out comes Minihausen, from what I heard, played by El Torito.
El Torito, welcome back.
And the crowd was very angry at this. And then the match started. And we got
into it.
Because I know you and I, and obviously many other people, were expecting this to just be a comedy shtick type 8-minute match. But this was like a legit 15-plus minute competitive tag team match with El Torito stealing the show as Minihausen. Miz and Kit doing a great job working with him.
Yeah.
Danhausen doing what he does best to keep the crowd super entertained, super invested. So even though they turned chicken you-know-what into chicken salad from this, you then have the funny bit where Minihausen goes back into the clone box and all the Minihausens come back out, which, by the way, should have ended the match on a disqualification for outside interference, but didn't. But we'll okay, fine, whatever. I mean, if they didn't DQ Roman Reigns for throwing the steps at CM Punk's head during the main event of WrestleMania, then I guess a bunch of Minihausens will be acceptable.
Correct.
And then Danhausen gets the win, and they all celebrate. I was very sports entertained by this match.
Same.
More so than I expected, because it went even longer than I expected it to be.
Right. I think my biggest thing was I was very entertained by the match, just because I love Danhausen. I didn't hate this at all. It's just when you compound that with getting 5 matches on a PLE after WrestleMania, and this is one of the premier matches on the paid version of ESPN.
It opened the paid version.
Right. Opened the paid version. That's where it bothers me. Mm-hmm. You could have had this same exact match on free ESPN TV, and it would have been just fine.
Sure.
It'd been just fine. Like slotting this match was not going to be an issue. Yeah. But they ended up putting it there, and
it surprised me as well, because they had Danhausen all over ESPN
right
the last couple of days. So it would have made sense if people watched it. Who is this guy? Oh, well, now we're getting an opportunity to actually watch him wrestle for free. Right. So what's his real story? And then you moved either one of the other matches onto the actual show.
Yeah, because if you reversed it, I think you would have been fine. You know, if you would have put Danhausen in Seth's Seth's slot, and then have Seth and Braun be the first match on the paid show, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm still upset just because it's still 5 matches.
Right. But now I would have actually moved Trick and Sammy. Okay. And the reason for that is because the big focal point of the story in Trick and Sammy is the shtick of the gingerbread man. And then you're going to have this shtick of the Minihausens. So it would be too much shtick back to back.
Too much gimmicks. Okay.
Too much gimmick back to back. So
gotcha.
So for that reason, I would have moved the Trick match. But obviously, again, either way would have worked. But we're in agreement. It would have made more sense for Danhausen, being he's been all over ESPN and stuff, that match, and Miz on American Gladiators.
Right.
So it would have made more sense for that match to have been during the free hour.
Who do you think is responsible for that particular booking of the card? Is that all Triple H, or is that does TKO have a presence in that?
I don't know if there's somewhat like, I don't know if TKO. I know they put in requests of like different stories and matches they want. I don't know if they do anything about the order. I mean, they probably just throw into the chat GPT and ask what they feel the best order is. and that's what it came up with. Yeah. Although it misspelled all the names wrong when they came back with the results. So
added an extra D to Danhausen.
Yeah, it's Danhausen. Danhausen. Yeah. But again, it was entertaining. You have to have that bring closure. We cannot have Miz and Kit Wilson and Danhausen interact anymore.
No.
That has now run its course. This was the finality of it. So then, okay, what are Miz and Kit doing next? Who is Danhausen going to be around next? I personally like the idea of Danhausen around the MFTs.
Okay, explain.
Finding a way to finally convince Tama Tonga, because obviously the face turn is imminent at this point with him.
Yeah.
And it's something with that, because apparently, I mean, it feels like they've stopped the whole Shinsuke Nakamura thing with Tama Tonga, because he hasn't been seen in God knows how many weeks.
Right.
So if all of a sudden you had, Solo and Tala Tonga trying to wreak havoc and trying to recruit Royce ain't going to have it. For some reason, Danhausen shows up and starts annoying Solo. And because we all know how hilarious Solo is.
He's pretty funny.
There'd be segments with Solo and Danhausen that would be hilarious. And it would all eventually lead to Tama making a full face turn.
Right.
So that's where I think they might try to go next with Danhausen as far as on SmackDown. Either that or they do what we were predicting would happen at the pay-per-view. All of a sudden he ends up being in a tag team match, needs a partner again that can't be Minihausen, and then it ends up being CM Punk. Right. And then they have a little run as a tag team.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see that, just because it just, again, it gives Punk a chance to be able to find his way to SmackDown without necessarily having some other weird thing happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Main event time, right?
Nope. We have what felt like the main event.
The actual, this was a really good match. How can I be able to omit that? I apologize.
Asuka and Io
Sky
stole the show.
Banger.
Up to this point, women's match of the year.
Yeah, banger. There's a banger. It's definitely a banger.
They both crushed it, and then the ending that no one really saw, and then they alluded to it on Raw tonight as well, where all of a sudden they kind of like started to cry and hugged, and Asuka was bowing and waving to the crowd. It's like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? Is this the end? Is this the end of Asuka? Because we just had an unexpected end of Brock a month ago. Right. Are we gonna have an unexpected end of Asuka now? And then tonight on Raw, they had a backstage segment where Asuka, said, like, I've been waiting for someone to finally be ready to take my spot. You have done it. It's now time for me to go. And then she walked out. So if this was the last match of Asuka in WWE, because we can never say never because it's wrestling, but if it was the last match of Asuka in WWE, former champion, longest undefeated streak in televised wrestling history, beating Goldberg's.
Yep.
NXT champion to the point where she had to vacate it because no one could beat her. Multi-time tag champion, Money in the Bank winner, first Women's Royal Rumble winner. I know you got Charlotte and Becky and Bayley as like the most decorated champions in women's division. But where does Asuka's legacy go with those three?
I mean, when you list all of those achievements out there, it's right there at the top.
You think, right?
It's right there at the top. Is she going to get her fair due in regards to putting her with those other women? I don't think so, just because it's always kind of been like that, where Asuka has always been the GOAT in regards to women's wrestling for me. Like,
and in a blink, she's been in WWE, NXT, and the main roster for like 10 years. It does not feel like it does not feel like she's been here that long. But I mean,
you think about her, Shinsuke, and Finn Balor. They've been here a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
and main roster a very long time. So yeah, Asuka to me, man, I just think that she, all of those things that you listed, you kind of forget all of the things that she has achieved because they've kind of had her in this weird part of her career for the last few last
Yeah.
few years, right? Um, where she's not at the tip top. She's right there in the mix of the mid card, but she should have been right there in the main event with everybody else because that's the caliber of talent that she is.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is the end, you asked the question, I'm putting her right there at the top of those girls.
So you think you're putting her above those three?
Yeah, just because I'm thinking about her totality of her career. She's done a lot outside of just WWE, Japan.
Sure.
Like
Yep.
she started wrestling at a very young age. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is somebody who is a seasoned pro. She's 44 years old. She's not old,
Right.
but at the same time, she's achieved a lot. And she has the right to be able to walk away on her own terms.
Mm-hmm.
And if she were to stay around, I just don't believe that they would utilize her the way they would supposed to utilize her. Like she would probably be where she is now in regards to like enhancing young talent coming up. And there's nothing wrong with a role like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for somebody who you can clearly see can still go at the highest level, that's not a role for her.
Right.
I would just rather her just not be there so you can be able to just kind of debate where you think her legacy is rather than now she's some nostalgia act that's not getting her, I
Oh,
want to say, fair
I mean,
due.
I mean, I think yeah. So again, if she is, calling it a career as far as in ring wise, could you have a better ambassador to scout Japanese talent?
No.
No, I mean that would be her in like with like a just to put a bow on everything that she's done in wrestling. So all of a sudden, I mean, I know we already just had Evil come in and sign and just debuted in NXT. I'm forgetting what his new name is, but it wasn't bad, but
No, it wasn't a bad name, but
um,
I prefer Evil.
yeah, but okay, well, if she ends up being the one to like help scout, communicate, bring more talent over, and we suddenly, WWE suddenly starts getting a few more stars from Japan. I mean, we already we already see we already see how great a number of them are. I mean, if you watch more than WWE, you already know this on
Yeah.
how great a lot of the stars in Japan are. But even if you just watch WWE and nothing else, you see how incredibly talented people from Japanese wrestling are. So hey, if she's able to help bring even more in, that would be incredible.
And maybe she can broker a deal and get Kyrie Sane back. That'd be nice.
Maybe. Now the question is though, if she's gone, now we're not going to have any finish to that story. So
No,
what we bring Kyrie in to avenge Asuka? Kyrie comes back and has a separate feud with Io.
no, just be the pirate princess again, so we can like her. Yeah, that's
Okay,
all.
all right.
She comes out with a nice pirate suit, and it was great. It was great when she was just doing her thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I like Kyrie Sane.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah, but definitely sad to see because I'm a big Oscar fan from the day that she debuted. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just like, who is this?
Hmm.
Like, who is this? Like, she just pops off your screen.
Who is this
Everything.
woman that is beating the daylights out of everyone?
Yeah, yeah. Hard strikes too. Like you
Yeah.
laying it in thick. So, um, yeah, man, Asuka to me is right up there just because again, she she got it in regards to wrestling. The entrance, the facials, the believability, the in-ring talent, the psychology in the ring, everything about what Asuka brought was, you're like, that's what you want. That's what you want right there. You know, outside of her, you know, actually speaking fluent English, which I don't think really held her back much. Could it have opened some other doors for her? Maybe, but
like
you know,
maybe some endorsements,
yeah, but
I don't think that was on her radar per se.
no,
You never
no.
know, of course, but
Yeah, so you know, shouts to Oscar, man. If this is
yeah.
it, man, we will miss her. I would 100% miss her because that was my girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
Well, speaking of people that we missed, did you miss John Cena? Because he's
No,
back.
no. Hey, I am not okay. Let me just have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I am not a fan of suit and tie John Cena in WWE.
Well, no, nobody is.
I thought I was the only one because I
No.
got Cena fans. It's like, oh, I love Cena. I just want to see him. I'm like, I don't want to see him like this. I'm sorry. This is just
I want to see him toss the hat. I want to see him do the pose.
Come out just like regular Cena. You ain't gotta get physical, but just come on, man. Like this is just no.
Now he's just walking in the ring, just waving, like, you know. I don't know, but he was such a fan of how Saturday night's main event went with his final match, which got a bunch of boos from the crowd, that we need to do it again, only bigger. So everyone's like, does that mean Cena's going to wrestle? It's like, nope, not talking about me. But we're going to have a whole night of exhibition matches, people in NXT versus people on the main roster. And then you, the WWE Universe, is going to vote and determine who is like the first John Cena Classic champion. So even if a wrestler loses their match, they could still be voted to win this award or belt, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's a belt for what I heard.
Now, is this a belt that's going to be defended? Or is it just like the world's greatest Royal Rumble type belt that Braun Strowman still has in his house somewhere?
It'd probably be like that.
Okay.
Or what The Rock walks around with when he's out there.
So here's one of my questions. I mean, I have several, but here's one key one. If this was a plan for a while, why did we move so many people off of the NXT roster already?
You would think that you would want to keep that.
You would think that you would want Ethan Page and Ricky Saints and Sol Ruka in that special event
to help it get over.
Help it. Because, you know, no disrespect to the people in NXT right now, but particularly the men's division, we know that one's hurting at the moment. They're going to build it because they go in waves where one of their divisions suddenly gets decimated when people get called up. But then about 6 months later, boom, they're fine. That's what their men's division is in right now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're essentially going to have, if you have Tony D'Angelo, an NXT champion in it, you have, I'm assuming you would have Evil in it at this point.
Have to.
You probably have Miles Bourne in it. Keanu Carter? I don't know. Hank and Tank? I don't know if you would throw Swipe Right in it yet, because they were literally just in Evolve.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they get all the way up to there already.
Too early.
But it's just like, okay, so we're going to have the exhibition matches and then with a mini Taboo Tuesday flair to it.
Right.
For the fans to vote So then my question with that, of course, then is, well, what if they vote for someone WWE didn't want to win?
Then WWE is going to do something dastardly and not count the votes.
Because the wrestlers now I just listed the men's. Now you would have a number of the women. I mean, I can already guarantee you it's going to be a woman who wins that.
I'm sure.
Because the women in NXT are just absolutely destroying it right now. So, and maybe this is why they did hold off on Blake Monroe, because she was advertised to debut and she hasn't yet. So maybe they're going to have her in this, and then if she wins it, she brags about it, and if she loses to one of the other women, she takes them out and builds an instant feud with that.
That sounds plausible.
So they just got to hope it's that, because if all of a sudden Miles Bourne wins the fan vote, they're going to be scratching their heads.
Yeah, this was definitely a head scratcher for me, because again, you hit the nail on the head. Like, okay, it's a showcase where people are just wrestling, and doesn't matter if you win or lose, you'll be the winner, and then you get a belt. Like, that's very AEW-ish. Which I mean,
could this be the first title ever that someone will lose and then win the title after a loss?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, just add it to the list of things that don't make effing sense for WWE/TKO. So, okay, Cena, this is what you wanted. Okay, great.
But again, is this what Cena wanted?
No, I'm sure not.
Probably not.
Sure Cena. I'm sure, like, hey, Cena, we have this idea for like
Cena was probably like, hey, I want to do like a whole night again of like the NXT people against the main roster. Great, let's put a belt on one of them. Wait, what? Well, what is the
and then Cena's just gonna be like, okay,
yeah,
whatever you want to do, it's fine.
So with that, then the main event happens. Fatu and Roman Reigns. For those of you listening, Barry is slowly acknowledging his tribal chief. I enjoyed the match.
Same.
I was fine with the finish.
Same.
I was fine with Fatu destroying everyone at the end.
Same.
I was fine with Roman foaming at the mouth because he constantly was losing oxygen from the Tonga death grip.
Also,
why did Raw start with Roman coming out of his car looking like he got a good 8 hours of sleep in, looking fresh as a daisy? Looks like nothing at all happened to him whatsoever. Where that clearly was the type of beating that should have took him out for then the story of Fatu to wreak havoc.
Because they have Roman's dates that are already baked into the cake, so it doesn't matter what happens.
Was this the last one for a while?
Well, according to them, that's a typo, so he'll probably be there. Unless what happened at the end of Raw is going to be a way to write him off for a while.
We'll see, because this one's not accurate here. The updated schedule, whether or not it's correct or not. Well, now the updated is saying that he is still going to be there pretty much every Monday through June.
Yep, that's what I said. I think they came out and said that it was an oversight or a typo or some nonsense like that.
So let's just keep it with what happened at Backlash first, because we're going to get into what happened at the end of Raw. But like this is the exact type of beating and wrestler snapping, throwing Adam Pearce out of the ring, super kicking the referee, all the stuff that you're like, okay, we're building the monster. We're building the guy that cannot be controlled.
Yep.
And less than 24 hours later, that just all gets disappeared.
Yeah, Roman's not showing any signs of anything.
Like he's not even bandaged up or anything.
Nothing. Not holding his throat. You know, not selling anything. No.
Pierce, where's my title? Why does he not bring the title with him? Why is the title waiting for him at the arena?
I don't know. And the funny part is that he never did that before. So I don't know why that's a new thing.
But see, that would have been saved if the story of it was whether Roman got helped out or stretchered out, whatever it was, and did not have the title with him because he was busy getting stretched out. So the title was left in the ring.
Right.
Like, here, we have your title for you.
Right.
So if there was any mention of that, sure. Otherwise, yeah. Why did he not have his belt?
So it's like every time he leaves the arena, he just gives Pierce the title. I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nothing makes sense, and that's fine. It's
nothing makes sense. That's okay.
It's like what I ask out of my umpires and my refs. You can be as bad as you want to be, but be consistently bad on both sides. Just WWE. Hey, continue on the bad booking and the bad decision making, because as long as it feels uniform, nobody can really complain that somebody else is getting old. No, it's all bad. So just keep it this way, because we all have the same uniform response. Keep it up, WWE. We're proud of you.
So after that segment, the first in-ring area is the Vision. They're out there. Paul Heyman's starting to brag about Braun Breaker's victory. Street Profits come out because they want the titles. Austin Theory says it's good that the Street Profits are back because Montez Ford needed to make some money because Bianca's busy having a baby. Oh, you got him there.
Oh, burn. My goodness.
So then, of course, right on cue, Joe Hendry starts the song again. So again, have we gotten yet a full Joe Hendry entrance yet on Raw? I didn't think so. So Joe Hendry is suddenly standing in the timekeeper's booth with a guitar and whatever you call the microphone that is like the one I'm wearing at right now. Not a headset, but he had like a portable mic.
Yeah.
Start singing that damn song again that the crowd continues to sing along with.
Joe Hendry is the new Elias.
Oh, he absolutely is. He's more entertaining than Elias. I love Joe Hendry. I hate this song. And one other thing with Joe Hendry, however, he never sang the same song week after week after week after week, aside from his own theme song.
Right.
So now it's turning into, okay, well, now he's got to have his next song has to be even funnier than this one, because we're now at the point where people are memorizing the song. Yeah. Because when it's just a one-off and, we're laughing at the zingers and this and that, cool. But now the fact that everyone knows the words to it, well, now they're going to be wanting to do that again and again and again. And then it's going to get played out.
The runaway train, Josh, is what I call it. They have booked themselves into a bad corner. And now you're just going to have to let Joe Hendry just continue to do this. Like I said, keep it up, WWE. You are on the right path to bullshit. So continue.
And then the match was fine. Seth Rollins came out and interfered. Clothesline breaker. Distracted Austin Theory. Montez rolled him up for the win. And then Rollins. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Dawkins who rolled him up for the win, not Montez. And then Rollins threw Theory out the ring, helped Dawkins up, and then got out of the way of a Braun Breaker spear, where then he speared Dawkins. Montez got mad at Rollins again. And this is just looping and looping and looping and looping.
Hodgepodge. Hodgepodge into a meh.
Yep.
Finish. It's just, yeah. And I don't know what Seth Rollins is doing. Like, all of a sudden, he went from the flamboyant Seth Rollins to now he's
all black.
He's just in black suits now.
Yeah, he's just wearing all black now. Got it. Because he doesn't want anything to steer your vision away. All right. Penta promo. He's calling out Ethan Page. Ethan Page comes out, cuts a good promo, interrupted by Rusev because it's just like, hey, I was your partner in the match where we won last week. And Ethan, yep, you keep going. Like, I don't want any part of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was fine with Ethan and Penta. I was fine with Rusev getting involved. And then Ethan Page saying, it's just like, and you know what's crazy was I was just overhearing, I was talking to Adam Pearce about this. And then all of a sudden, Javon Evans interrupted me and was saying all this trash about you. And she's like, no, he wasn't. And then Javon did his best. He did the best he could with a microphone.
He just needs to stop talking.
And yeah, and then there was a point in there where he was just like, you know, I did not say, oh yeah, I could beat you, even though I can. And this then resulted in a Rusev Javon Evans match, in which Javon beat Rusev. So we were just putting Rusev in this title picture. And now he loses clean.
Oh my God. There's just no rhyme or reason. They are so hell bent on just getting Ethan Page the title shot that they don't even care how they get there.
I'm fine with Ethan Page having the title shot, but then there's no reason for Rusev to lose a match clean.
But that's what I'm saying. It's about the path of what you're taking to get there. Like, there's no reason for Rusev to take an L to Javon Evans. You can just let Rusev get involved somehow, and you know, now they're doing the triple threat match, which they probably still will do after Saturday night's main event. Maybe, I don't know, but I just don't understand why you make Rusev lose clean to Javon Evans. There's just no reason,
none
at all. Like, Javon Evans is, he can fly around, but that's all it is.
Yep.
There's just no substance there, and it's really, really crazy how somebody can get exposed that fast on the main roster. Mm-hmm. But he's young enough to be able to figure it out. But they you know, Shawn Michaels and Triple H have all said that, you know, whatever you see in front of you is what he is. It's who he is. Like, and if he's just that corny and that's how he's gonna do it, then hey, WWE, keep it up, right? Guys are consistently bad on both sides. Keep it up.
Promo segment. Brie Bella and Paige.
Oh,
we're just skip. I just wanted to skip over this whole thing, but if you got something to say with it, do it.
Yeah. Can we take Brie? Can we take the mic away from her forever? Like, forever.
Now, this was the thing. Like, between the two Bellas, Nikki was the better talker and Brie was the better wrestler.
Always.
Yeah.
When she called the Judgment's Day, I was just like, okay, enough. Pull the plug, pull it out, like pull the XLR cable out of the actual port, pull it out, and just say that the mic is just not working. Enough, enough of her. Like, just think about this. Paige makes her triumphant comeback back to the WWE. There's a huge pop.
Yep.
What have they done with Paige since she got
Nothing.
here?
Nothing. It's all gone. The mystique is already gone 3 weeks later.
Like, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. So yeah, that was my thoughts. If you want to move on,
It was just they're talking. Judgment Day come out. They exchange words. Liv Morgan attacking from behind. They laid him out, and that's that.
Right.
Like there was nothing noteworthy at all about this whole thing.
Nope. Next.
Io Sky versus Soruka. I mean, this match, the two of them tore it up, as you would expect these two to do. And we were just talking before we went on the air of, oh, well, this makes perfect sense because Becky had the segment with Soruka last week, and then it was 2 or 3 weeks prior to that that she issued an open challenge that got answered by Io Sky. So it only makes sense for Becky to interfere in this match, cause a DQ, and then probably going to be like, oh, no, triple threat. You're going to wrestle both of them.
Right.
No, we just had face versus face. And again, because Soruka is new, everyone knows she's a great athlete, but Io is so over right now that the fans weren't quite sure if they should be cheering for Soruka. And they have their match. There's no Becky Lynch anywhere. And in Soul's second match on Raw, we counter the Soul Snatcher. And Io rose her up for the win.
So we give that away on Netflix.
Yep.
Instead of building this thing.
Yep.
Got it.
And then they shake hands afterwards. And again, no Becky at all. We later on got Becky laughing at Soruka backstage. But so we had the match. Io beat her clean, and they shook hands, held each other's hands up. And are we supposed to now believe that Soruka is the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship? Because she is currently 0-2 on Monday Night Raw. And her finisher just got counted in her second match. Why is she in line for a title shot?
You have it right. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore, Josh. I just don't. I thought I knew wrestling. I don't know what's happening at all. I just think that we're just in a simulation week to week, and I don't know. I don't know. I again, when I saw that, I was like, y'all gave this away on Netflix instead of being able to have some type of spectacular card where this same spot goes there, and it's just like boom.
I'll tell you what. If you held Soruka off of TV and you did this John Cena Classic, and you had Io Sky this match on that show,
yeah.
Soruka wins it.
Yes.
She wins the vote, and whatever that belt is going to be with the loss.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you build it to a certain situation where both look strong, yeah, let Soul go over, and it does nothing to Io. Io's fine, but now you've developed another high-end star that you can be able to put against whoever, right? But matches like this where it's babyface against babyface, and I don't necessarily like them. I understand that it does happen from time to time, and that's okay if done right, if done it the right way. But this was just you don't give something like this away for free TV. That's all. I know Netflix not free, but you know what I mean,
right?
So yeah, it's Wasn't good in my opinion. But it's not none of these ladies' fault. It's just the way it's how it's booked.
Yeah.
So.
Because the ladies did great in the match.
Yeah.
I just don't like how we had Soruka lose again already.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you weren't expecting her to beat EO, which is why it would have made all the sense in the world for Becky to come down and interfere.
Right.
Or you just don't have this match at all.
Or not have the match at all.
And you have Soruka against somebody else. You had Soruka against Ivy Nile, and Sol gets her first win or something like that. And they would have had a good match too, because Ivy Nile's been getting better and better and better.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Someone else that's pretty good is a guy named Oba Femi. The Oba Femi Open Challenge is exactly as I said it would be 2 weeks ago. No one wants to answer the challenge because they don't want to get their asses kicked by Oba Femi. Oba's mad. He goes to the back. The first wrestlers he sees, are Berto and Angel or Garza. Does he go by Angel or Garza now? He only goes by one of the names.
I think it's Garza.
It's not Umberto anymore. It's Berto.
Yeah.
And Garza. And they came to Raw because they wanted to talk about getting out of SmackDown and joining Raw. So my mind was like, oh. Because they were rumors of being added to the releases based on there was a cryptic tweet that Angel Garza posted of him and Berto fading away like Thanos with the Avengers. So I was happy to see them on Raw. And it's like, oh, are we doing something with tag team wrestling? Okay, what are we doing with them? And then no, Oba just grabs both of them and dismantles the former AAA tag team champions. Because since we're heavily pushing AAA on this show, which we haven't gotten to yet, we're about to. We just then have their former tag champions just get destroyed.
Wonderful.
By Oba. But now, again, I have the question, since we're in this open challenge and no one answered it to the point where he had to drag two people out, we're doing this again next week? Who's answering next week? Is anyone answering next week?
The person who's answering next week is going to get dragged from the back, just like this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's going to be the Oba Femi mandatory open challenge.
Correct.
Got it.
I hated every second of this. I hated every second of this. I really did.
And how can we say we hate anything with Oba Femi?
That's what I'm saying, is that you go ahead and you do. I was just like, there was no need for him to issue an open challenge if this is what you're going to do. You could have literally just had him take, weaselly heels in the back and just beat them up.
Yeah.
For as long as he wants to, until Pierce is like, hey, listen, you can't keep beating up, the talent that I have on the main roster. There needs to be something where, we give you some type of incentive structure, like whatever it is. I have no idea, but this open challenge is a fail. It was dead on arrival.
Yep.
And they are living up to their name.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, WWE.
AAA Mega Championship match. That's right. The AAA Mega Championship is being defended on Monday Night Raw. Now, they did a fantastic job hyping up the prestige of this belt and everything for AAA during the show. I thought they did a really good job of that, because to make you invest in them. Why should we care? We've seen Dominic be walking around with this belt forever, but why should we care about it? Oh, okay. This makes sense. And then we also are reminded, hey, OG Grande Americano is going to be in a mask versus mask match against other Grande Americano. It's like, oh my God. Now, this match does not need the belt.
No.
Because it's so huge with mask versus mask. But if they had the belt involved as well, this would be the biggest match Triple A's ever had.
That's interesting. I don't know if they'll do that, though.
Well, they're not. Spoiler alert. Because of what happened.
Yeah.
And again, you had a thing where Dominic is walking out with JD McDonough. Finn Balor takes out JD and just stands there and says, good luck, you're going to do it alone. And then just smiles and waves at Dom.
Oh.
Dom goes out there. Bravo and Rayo get involved to try to distract OG Grande Americano, and then other Grande Americano comes in and interferes. But then Julio and Bruto come out to even it out. So this is the space where all of them are brawling, where Finn Balor should come out and screw Dominic. Finn was still just laughing in the back. Because Dominic still won the match. So this makes Balor look like a moron.
None of it makes sense. Like, why has Dom been regulated to just like not being the confident Dom that he normally is? Explain that.
I wish I could.
King of Lucha.
I wish I could. King of Lucha.
Like,
Dirty Dom.
All of that stuff come. I just don't.
Finds a way to beat everybody except the Demon. And now, and again, continues to be a joke. Even when he wins, it still feels like a joke.
Right. He's the only one in the Judgment Day that feels like a joke. Finn, like you said, like, what is he doing? He's just what? He's just he's just tormenting the Judgment Day on the side. So there's no real like, I don't get this.
Was there any follow-up to Finn and Roxanne like we've had the last 2 weeks?
No.
Nothing.
They just move the fuck on.
The match itself was fun. I just hated that the involvement happened and then there was no Finn. And Dom then won and made Finn look even dumber.
I just don't. I don't know. Where's LA Knight?
You're still looking for Gunther, remember?
Okay. Who else can we have on this show that can make it interesting? Because whoever they have right now, it's not working, Josh. Like they've turned our favorite guys into clown acts. Like, we were talking about Dom being in the heavyweight title picture. Main event guy.
Yep.
Because he would now be done with whatever he's done with. He can now focus on the new thing for him, which is going to be making his presence known in the main event scene. And we're still not there yet. We're still perusing around in the mid card. We're still gallivanting with these stupid ass storylines that are not advancing him at all. I just don't understand it. I hate it for everybody involved. I hate it for Dom. I hate it for Finn. I hate it for JD. I think JD is so talented and can be utilized in so many different ways that, you know, the Judgment Day for the men.
JD should be in the IC title picture instead of Javon Evans.
Yeah. Easy. Judgment Day for the men is just, it's over. The Judgment Days should just be the women's thing now. Like, the men,
Maybe Brie was right when she called it Judgments.
Judgment's Day. Yeah. Just take the mic. You see this mic? That she take it away. Like, anybody that has like a AI generation tool and they have a picture there of her with the mic in her hand, just like take the mic away. Away. So like, when you generate the picture, she has nothing and it's just like she's just talking to the air. Like, just don't have her on the mic in any capacity anymore. I'm done with it. How can you be this advanced in your career and you're this bad? Like, you can't be that bad talking on the mic. But again, this is somebody who's always been very solid in the ring, and she's never, I don't think Brie has ever cut a promo that I've liked in her entire career. The entire career. That's hard to do.
Was she the one, or was it Nikki who had the die in the womb line? One of them said when they feuded with each other, one of them said, "I wish you died in the womb."
I think Nikki said that.
Was it Nikki who said it?
Yeah, you have to look that up. But I'm sure it's Nikki though. Oh, Lakers up 4 going into the 4th.
Yeah, I've been seeing it in my background. It was Nikki.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I wasn't going for that. I wasn't going there.
What?
That made sense. I thought you were referencing that with her promo.
No. I'm just saying, like, she would be the one to say it, just because, like, she would be the one to deliver it the right way. Brie, if she would have got that line, she would have did one of these. She just stumbled over it. I don't need that on my TV. Okay, you're too much of a veteran. Be stumbling over your words like this, and then you turn Paige into some type of, medicated star where she can't speak for herself anymore. This is Paige we're talking about. This is Paige. Listen, give the belts to Big Sexy and Roxanne quickly, because I want Paige to go on and do her own thing. This is done. These tag team belts are cursed. And if you're gonna curse anybody, just give it to the Judgment Day. They know how to uncurse things. They'll make it all right.
Maybe it was Dan. Maybe Danhausen got his hands on the tag titles once upon a time.
I don't know. Danhausen got a hold of Triple H. That's what he did. Just cursing the entire Raw roster. Because I never thought that I would say that Oba Femi did some garbage. And that was garbage. It's absolute garbage. What are we at? Can we fast forward to the end?
We're at the end now. We are at the end. We are mercifully at the end.
And this, let me tell you something. This was excruciating.
You lead this one. You lead the Roman Fatu segment.
This was excruciating to get through. Like, I don't know what's happening. And when I can't follow something in wrestling, that's a concern to me. Because I feel that I've watched a lot to be able to understand where things are going. But they literally have just taken the Bloodline book and said, chapter 35, we're going to continue with the story. It may not really make all the sense in the world, but as long as we got these people in it, it's fine. You got Jay waiting outside for Fatu. And Jimmy's like, yo, he's going to do something. You got to watch yourself. But watch yourself while I go back to Roman. And then you have Jay trying to convince Fatu. This man just literally annihilated your cousin, who is literally like your brother. You were waiting for him in the parking lot only to beg and plead with him that he needs to listen. He's not listening to anybody. He just threw Adam Pearce into the fifth row.
You had the hothead be the one trying to calm the guy down.
Like, wouldn't that be the role for Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the right-hand man in the ring that he can be able to, thwart Fatu coming after Roman.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he goes ahead and he neutralizes Jay, right there in Gorilla, and then cuts a promo and then walks out there, and then him and Roman he gets to Jimmy, knocks Jimmy out, and then he gets to Roman, and they got fisticuffs now. But this thing just dragged out, and then it had a weird feel. There was nobody out there that was trying to break this up. So when did we get the notion that this was gonna happen? Because the last thing that I remember is that Roman told Adam Pearce, yeah, he's going to acknowledge me and I'm going to be the one to take him out because I'm the one that okayed him to come in. But does that equate to
which technically is not right, because they already acknowledged during the build of their match that it was Solo who brought him in.
So now you're taking us behind baseball now. Like, we don't need that. We don't need that. And then no one comes out. They're having this hodgepodge,
Roman hits him 38 times with a chair.
Right. He's killing him with this chair. Killing him with this chair. And every time Roman does this, it kind of keeps people down. I understand he's the Samoan werewolf, is fine. But where is the pull apart? Where is the order? Like, and then, everybody gets to their feet, then he gets crazy, and then he just runs everybody over.
So a couple of things to add into this.
I'm so confused.
One, he apparently knocked out one of the greatest tag teams of all time with a couple headbutts and a whip to the guardrail. And they were out for 10 plus minutes. They had their brawl where they went back and forth. And again, Roman did a million things with the chair. In the grand scheme of things, Fatu beat up Roman worse on Backlash than he did tonight.
Right.
And to your point, being that Adam Pearce was ready to fire him, the second they started fighting, you should have had security agents, the locker room, whoever, come out to try to pull them apart. And somehow over this 10-minute span that Roman and Fatu are brawling, you're telling me Jimmy and Jay slowly crawled their way to the side of where like the timekeeper's table is and just laid there
waiting.
And then when Jacob ran just as fast as Braun Breaker does, all of a sudden they're standing right there with Roman. And Jacob Fatu is a human bowling ball and hit a strike. But Roman's going to be back next week, according to that schedule.
Yep. And I would love to know how Adam Pearce is going to go ahead and book this. Because you literally just allowed the guy that you were going to fire to assault your world champion and destroy your set and run amok in Gorilla without anybody doing anything to him.
You know exactly what's going to happen. he is going to suspend Jacob Fatu, and Fatu's still going to show up.
Is he going to show up the same night or the following week?
Same night. Roman's going to arrive yelling, "Where's Fatu? Where's Fatu?" Pierce is going to say he has been indefinitely suspended. And Pierce could also say he should be fired, but for your request, I have not fired him.
Right.
And then Roman's going to cut a promo talking trash about Fatu, and Fatu's going to come out and lay him out again.
Yeah. Again, the part that bothers me, I think, the most about this storyline is that the actual storyline in itself is just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's one of those things where it's like the dialogue doesn't connect for me.
Yep.
It's not hitting.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. You take it over for a second.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've kind of really covered everything on it. Again, I just don't understand. The one thing I just don't understand is the role of Jimmy and Jay in all this.
Yeah, exactly. Because
like we alluded to earlier.
Yeah,
should have been Jimmy out there, not Jay.
Yeah, reversed it.
You could have reversed it. They're trying to for some reason both play peacemakers with Fatu, because as hot-headed as Jay is, he suddenly is like, "Oh no, Fatu's gonna F us up. Like we can't mess with this." They're pretty much like cowering to their cousin, which makes him look even more like a stooge than a right-hand man type thing.
Yep.
And then in the midst of that, then you just got Solo and Talatonga over on SmackDown without the rest of the MFTs, and like trying to recruit Royce Keys.
It's just it ain't hitting, man. Like this is, if they're gonna have Roman on Raw every week and do this, then I would rather him go away. Because it's not compelling enough to me.
Well, how does this drive a story right now? Like right now, we have no idea. Now, and maybe we have seen them do this before, where we have been at points in the story where like, what is the purpose of this? And then it emerged, and we're like, oh, now we get it. So we're praying that shows up.
Because my hope is that through it all, that they're going to have some type of stip match between Roman and Jacob.
Yeah, they'll be doing something
where it kind of goes back into, remember when when Jay and Roman had the I Quit match?
Yes.
And Jimmy threw in the towel or whatever.
It's gonna be another what was it? Tribal Combat? Whatever they call it, something like that.
Where Fatu loses, whether it's clean. I don't think it's gonna be clean, but they'll go ahead and they'll snatch it from him, and he'll end up falling in line. And now you're building out this new version of whatever the hell they want to call it, and that'd be that. Mm-hmm. Like, what else do you have after that? Where do you, if you go ahead and you convert Fatu to the circle, where do you go?
Because you know the Rock ain't coming.
I can't. It's just,
the Rock ain't coming. They haven't signed Zilla yet,
right? How many more siblings can you gonna get Rikishi to come back? Is that what happens? Like you gonna finally insert him into some real storyline instead of him doing his pod? Like what are we doing? What are we doing?
I think we'd all much rather have Sammy back involved with it than what he's doing now.
Something compelling. This is not compelling because, again, they could have told a better story. And
you know where it's going?
Yeah.
This just popped in my head because they had the stare down last week. Fatu's going to take out all of them. And Seth Rollins is going to save Roman. Because Seth is now in that phase of he has to amend so many fences, starting with the Street Profits. And it's going to result into him trying to save Roman. And obviously Roman's going to be very confused about it. And it's Seth trying to mend the fences, to have friends again, solidify the face turn. And it will lead eventually, it's a while from here, this is long term, it's eventually going to lead to Roman and Rollins teaming up for something. Roman and Rollins against Fatu and Braun. I mean, the thought of Fatu and Braun Breaker as a tag team is just terrifying. But
I mean, it'd be better than this, I guess. I don't know. This to me is just
Paul Heyman could be the one guy to control Fatu.
It's just not compelling TV.
No, it's not. I'm trying to salvage ways to make it compelling.
Well, you're doing a poor job because you can't. You know, it's not your fault. But it's just you can't. You can't. There's no saving this. And the sad part is that we are far from done.
Yep.
They're going to have 2 more matches, I'm sure. Or maybe 1 more match. I don't fucking know. But there needs to be some type of stability to your storyline. There's just chaos now.
Mm-hmm.
And if Fatu is going to be a chaos agent, then let him be a chaos agent for everything. Right? Like,
yep.
If you're not going to control him, then let him just run amok on Raw. And now Pierce is going to have to figure out a way. And then Roman can be able to try to convince Pierce, oh, well, I'm going to suspend him. I don't care what you say. I understand you're the champion, but you do not tell me what to do. Blah, blah, blah. And then Roman can be able to convince him to be able to keep Fatu employed by having some type of blow off. I don't know, but at least there's some order. I need to get, I think this is the biggest thing for me. I need Roman Reigns to lock in because this kind of waffling approach that he has to like his promos, his interactions, everything just seems very like you're just going through the motions, dude. Like you should have come out of that car angry as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like in regards to just making a beeline to the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares about the belt? I'm going straight to the ring, and I'm not leaving here until I get Fatu in the ring, and I'm gonna deal with him. And if he's not here, then I'm gonna find him.
Right.
Period. Because if he won't acknowledge me after my win, I'm going to beat it out of him tonight. And there's nobody that's going to be able to stop me. It's not going to be Adam Pearce. It's not going to be. I am going to beat it out of him. That's it. But you go ahead and you just do this after you almost got your throat ripped out. You just come in all happy-go-lucky, and there's a sliver of annoyance. It's not even like he was angry. He was just annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
You got embarrassed in the pay-per-view. You're the champion, and your cousin embarrassed you. Had your title over his head while you're laying on the floor grabbing your throat. And that's how you enter the building?
Just calm, cool, and collected. Hey, where's my belt?
It's it just sends off different messages. It's mixed messaging, and that's why this feud is so all over the place, because it's just mixed messaging from every which way.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the Usos being counsel, because they're not doing a very good job at it. And also too, they need to figure out ways to do more creative backstage segments. Have the Usos on the phone with Rikishi. Have something where the family is concerned about the dynamic. You guys need to fix
Have them walk by Paul Heyman in the hallway.
something. You guys need to fix this situation here. Whatever it is, like
Find JC Mateo in catering and ask if he's actually related to them or not.
Oh man. So yeah, if we're gonna go ahead and give this show a rating,
we're giving a rating now? Okay.
Yeah, Raw gets a 3 out of 10 for me.
That sounds pretty fair. I was starting to lean towards 2, but the Io and Soul match, while I did not like the finish, was really good.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 3.
You going 3 too? So
I'll do a 3 as well.
So I guess this is gonna be the follow-up match at Clash Clash in Italy, right?
Because they're not going to be on Saturday Night's Main Event, I'm assuming.
No. So this will be for the 31st.
I guess. So they'll have both Roman and Fatu and Cody and Gunther at Clash in Paris or Italy or wherever it is. Yeah,
I would hope so. So I got.
So I wonder what's going to main event the Saturday Night's Main Event then.
Interesting. It should be all ego.
Should be the IC title match.
Ethan Page and Penta.
I mean, I would like that. I don't know if they would do that. I don't know, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, anything is better than what we watched tonight. So
yeah,
I'm over it. Like, I'm telling you, man, it takes a lot for me to not want to see Oba Femi on my TV, and I didn't want to see him. Sad. That upset me because I love Oba. And for them to do this, like, and it's again, it's the blueprint is just right in front of you.
Yep.
All you had to do was just if you want to just do the reverse of what Brock Lesnar did, do that. Let him go ahead and go take out all the bad guys on Raw and systematically just beat them to a pulp. And that's the way he does it until he gets his chance at doing whatever he has to do. That's more compelling than an open challenge where somebody is messing with some guy in catering, being a bully, and then all of a sudden you see Oba Femi behind him. And that now you're my victim tonight.
Yep.
Or Adam Pearce can go into his Teddy Long bag. Oh, you want to go ahead and
disrespect me? 1-on-1.
You going one
with the ruler.
On with the ruler. And that is official, right? Like that way, everybody's gonna be on their P's and Q's every time they see
only if Adam Pearce says holla holla.
Right.
If he says holla holla with it, I'm on board.
You know what I mean? Like everybody's gonna be on their P's and Q's, not wanting to mess around with Adam Pearce. So, but something happens where somebody stumbles into Adam Pearce and they spill coffee on his shirt. You idiot! Look what you did to my shirt. You know what? I've had it. Every time I've seen you, you've been in my space. You've done something. So here's what I'm gonna do for you. You have a match tonight. Oba Femi. Like that would send the crowd, because now everybody is going to be like waiting on with bated breath. Who's gonna screw up this week? where he's gonna get to face Oba Femi. Like,
here's where, and I know it's crazy to say because he's so rarely on TV and now is actually consistently again. But here's where writing Roman off would have made sense.
Yes.
Fatu dismantled him. Fatu's dismantling everyone. No one can stop him.
Yeah.
Oba comes out.
Right.
And then you start Oba and Fatu, which is just such money.
It's not bad.
Because Oba will throw Fatu and Fatu will throw Oba.
So I got nothing.
We said pretty much everything we could, unless there was some other news thing that we haven't brought up, but I can't think of it.
No.
There are no releases this weekend, thankfully.
No releases, thank goodness. Did you watch the Hogan documentary yet?
No. I've been busy.
Are you
I'm going to
it on purpose?
No, I'm not delaying it on purpose. Okay. I still need to watch that. I need to watch the Kevin Hart roast.
I'm like 90 minutes in.
I got a lot to watch, but I've been busy. I got things going on. I got logs in the fire, man. I'm working on stuff.
Yeah, you're a big deal of some sort.
I mean that's what my mom says.
So all the best to you. I'll
comment below if you think I'm a big deal or not. And
oh man, Josh, I would rather watch backyard wrestling than what we watched tonight, because at least backyard wrestling would.
Well, you know what you can watch on YouTube right now. Look up, this most recent episode of Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, because your boy is.
I can see Alex Ace.
Alex Ace is in. He had a handicap match himself.
Nice.
Where the conscious Christian Rosenberg led him to the ring. So,
I will go ahead
right now as well.
I will go ahead and check that out, because that's better. It's going to be much better than what I've watched tonight. So, that's going to be on my bucket list to watch, or my to-do list.
I was going to say don't make it on your bucket list.
Well, my to-do list.
To-do list is fine.
My to-do list, because there's Punisher I have to watch. I got to watch Daredevil. I got to watch The Boys, and then I have to watch Alex Ace and Christian Rosenberg.
There you go.
So, not in that order though.
I was going to say, you got to set your priorities with the order.
Not in that order, but we'll get there. Are the Lakers losing?
Lakers are up down 2, excuse me, with a minute and a half to go. But they got the ball. Fast breaking. Reeves is driving, pass to Hayes, goes up, misses. Rebound Hardenstein.
Okay, great.
Okay, yeah, we'll just do half-ass play-by-play for the last minute or so, since we're wrapping up this show, or at least until the next time out, which we know will be in a few seconds.
Why can't they?
Thunder have the ball. SGA passes. AJ Mitchell, corner 3, misses. Rebound Hayes. Minute to go. Laker ball, down 2. Reeves dribbling it up. Crowd on their feet. Crypto.com arena going wild.
Oh, they're not.
Rui Hachimura's had a hot second half. Passes to Smart. Smart driving. Up and 1. Smart with the and 1 ties the game. 40.9 seconds on the clock. Free throw attempt. Opportunity to take the lead.
Come on.
Rob Pelinka is there. He was just awkwardly staring out in the distance.
Doesn't he always do that?
Yeah, but right now he's looking out in the distance to see, how far a drive it will be to his next job once they lose.
He's looking at the exit?
Yeah, he's looking at the nearest exit. Smart made the free throw. Lakers with a 1-point lead. Timeout OKC. 40.9 seconds to go.
All right. At least they put up a fight tonight.
Yeah, it's not a blowout tonight. Of course, the one time I bet on the spread is the one time it's not a blowout.
See, you drank the Kool-Aid. Shame on you. Okay.
And but again,
shame on you.
But like always, every time, well, I can't say every time, but most of the time I bet on a parlay, I miss it by 1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What did I have in this? I will tell you exactly what I had in this because everything else hit. I had LeBron over a total of 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists total. He has 24 points, 12 boards, 3 assists. He hit that.
Nice.
Shea, over 40.5 points, rebounds, assists combined. He has 33 points, 1 rebound, and 8 assists. He is over that. I have Rui Hachimura with over 2.5 threes. He has 4. And then I had Thunder minus 12.5, which was the lowest of the spreads that they've had in this series. And they're down 1 with 40 seconds.
That's
so
terrible.
my only hope is it goes to overtime and the Thunder just explode for 5 minutes.
They go on a 12-0 run.
They go on a 12-0 run in overtime.
Oh man. The fact that I would be happy that you make your spread, but at my team's expense, I will not. I wouldn't be happy with that.
Well, I mean, since we're going, the timeout just ended, so we'll keep going, I guess, a little bit because this is far more exciting than anything we watched on Raw tonight.
100%.
Mitchell with the inbound gets it to Shea. Double teamed. Hardenstein passed it to Holmgren. LeBron is all over him, but Holmgren gets around and dunks it in.
Oh, great.
LeBron had great defense on that, too. All right, timeout. 32.8 on the clock. Thunder up 1. 111, 110. Should we just stay live until this ends at this point? All right.
Because I'm relying on you.
You're relying on me with my play-by-play expertise here?
Because I can't watch it. I can physically, but I refuse to.
All right, well.
Because I went on a tirade and posted it to IG, and people are just like, why are you such a crybaby? You're crying. I'm like, I'm not crying, but the refereeing is atrocious. I want it to stop. Who won the game against who won with the Cavs and the
Cavs won.
Cavs 2-2. Won. So
Donovan Mitchell, I don't know if it was tied or broke the record for most points in a half in the playoffs. He had 39 points in the second half.
Wow. Either team, whoever wins that series, it really doesn't matter. The Knicks are gonna dog walk them.
I mean, the way the Knicks are playing, absolutely. Yeah. Donovan Mitchell had 43 points, but he had 39 of them in the second half.
Are you serious?
Because James Harden led the way in the first half. James Harden actually had a good playoff game.
Well, it's not game 6 yet.
Now, granted, he did shoot 5 of 14 from the field.
Yeah.
But all 5 of his field goals he made were threes.
It's not game 6 yet.
Lakers got it. Smart inbounds to LeBron. Screen. Caruso now guarding LeBron. LeBron trying to get by him. He does. Misses. Rebound Hardenstein. Pass to Shea. They're not fouling him for some reason. Why have they not fouled him? They finally foul him with 12 seconds left. He ran off like at least 10 seconds off the clock there. I don't get that at all. If he starts getting by you, you foul him. Now, it wasn't like a clear path setup or anything.
Who took the shot on the Lakers end?
LeBron.
And he missed it?
He missed it. Shea at the line makes the first. So right now, 12.2 seconds left. Thunder 112, Lakers 110. Both teams still have one timeout left, so you would assume Lakers are about to take a timeout after this free throw. Shea takes his sweet time. Makes the second timeout. Thunder up 3, 12.2 seconds.
Great.
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm just, if you're gonna go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, just get it over with. Get it over with. Yeah, I'm not somebody that likes to be teased. You win a game 4. What does that do for you? What does that do for
Mhm.
you? You know, just I just want to get to the off season so I can send Reeves to Mars, and that's where I'd like to send him. Let's see this. Let's see the Austin Reed. Well, look, 2 good games in a row. So, am I upset? No, not really, because he had a good game in game 3, good game in game 4. So, Jackson Hayes is 18 off the bench. And you know who went cold?
DeAndre Ayton?
No.
I'm looking at the box score now.
Luke Kennard,
He only took 5 shots.
which is very, very weird in 24
Yeah.
minutes. But DeAndre Ayton, he's played his last game for the Lakers. You know that, right?
I mean, I would assume so.
Like, did you see what JJ said at the end of the last game? He's like, I can't play him. Can't play him.
Well, I mean, the way Jackson Hayes played tonight, yeah. All right. Smart inbounding. Holmgren guarding the inbound. That's got to be fun. All right, gets it to Reeves. Reeves takes a long 3 immediately. Misses. Rebound Caruso. Fouled him.
Okay.
Why did he got the ball from a good 3 or 4 feet beyond the arc and just immediately threw it up? Well, you had 12 seconds.
Because that's what happens to guys that are not for the big moment.
And that one play probably just cost him millions.
He's already cost himself a lot of money. A lot.
But I'm even talking, I'm talking about what the Lakers offer. Because I mean, again, he has had a good game, 27 points, 6 boards, 6 assists. But the hottest hand, here's something for you. The hottest hand in the second half for the Lakers has been Rui Hachimura. He was not on the court.
Yeah.
He wasn't on the court for that play.
The best shooter in NBA history in the playoffs.
You know who was on the court for the first minutes of the game? Maxi Kleber.
Who also should be sent to Mars.
But he was on the court instead of Rui Hachimura there.
So.
All right. So, the Thunder called their last time out in the midst of that. So Caruso's
and I'm calling my time.
Well, they might have had did they have a foul to give?
Who, the Lakers?
Yeah. So it might be an inbound.
Well, they fouled.
It is an inbound. So all right, Caruso passing an inbounds. No more timeouts for either team. Gets it into AJ Mitchell. They immediately foul him. All right, 6.4. Thunder up 3. AJ Mitchell going to line. And AJ Mitchell again tonight. Every game this series, he had 26 points tonight. He hadn't or 25 pending whatever happens here. Is it 20?
No answer. We have no answer. So
makes the first, which means this game is over.
With that being said, Josh, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go cry in the car.
Oh, you don't want play-by-play for the last 6.4 seconds?
No.
Come on, he's about to shoot the second free throw, and then they're going to inbound because there's no more timeouts. We'll just finish it up. We've gone this far. It was more entertaining than anything we watched on Raw tonight. Mitchell makes the second. Smart just casually walking out of bounds to pass it in. Throws it almost 3/4 of the way to the court. Gets deflected, out of bounds, Laker ball, 4.2 on the clock.
It's tough.
And waiting. Oh, Thunder made another sub for some reason with 4 seconds left and up 5. All right. LeBron inbounding. Pass to Smart. He missed. Tip, miss. Game over. Your final. Thunder 115. Lakers 110. Thunder 8-0 in the playoffs. Advance into the conference finals. And get a week off pretty much. Await the winner of Spurs and Wolves. And more than likely, Jalen Williams will be healthy by then. And then they'll have their second best player back.
And now
all the questions for the Lakers offseason begin.
Correct. So, well, this has been fun. A disappointing Raw and a disappointing end to my Lakers season. So, any final words, sir?
No, I'm good. I enjoyed doing a little play-by-play at the end. We talked enough about that really, really bad Monday Night Raw. So, you go and cry yourself to sleep.
Yeah, I will do so. Until next week, we will be here because there's not going to be any PLEs. So we will talk SmackDown, we will talk Raw, and hopefully we get something that we can actually say, this was good. This was good. They're building on saying this was good. We haven't had that in a while. So, yeah. Till next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.